she can sequester some of that poison so that...
She can what?
Sequester. I don't know. It's a word that people use.
That's wild. Y'all really be thinking some wild things. That's wild. We gonna talk about it.
Hi, my name is Lindsay.
And I'm Darius.
We're from Scales and Shells Herpetarium, and we have a couple of animals to show you guys today.
This one is Penelope. She is a western hognose snake. I don't know if Lindsay has any photos of why they're called hognoses, but the nose is all pushed up and it's really cute.
Why do they have weird noses like that? Why do their noses look like that?
They're called what's called fossorial. It means they live underground, so they have to dig holes and tunnels. So it's basically a fingernail on their face. Like a rhino's horn, kind of. Rhinos don't use it to dig, but it's made of the same thing.
These guys look so silly. Yeah, they have little pig noses. Just like the pigs use them to root around in the dirt, they use them to dig. Where'd you get this one from?
I met this guy in a parking lot. Like, if you saw our video for Domino, I met another guy in a parking lot.
How many of your animals did you get from guys in parking lots? Gotta be like at least half, right?
No. Well, not half, but there's a good amount that they wanted to meet in a nice public place. It looked suspicious to police and security, but it was nothing nefarious. These ones are what's called mildly venomous. So they have a form of venom. With mildly venomous snakes, they have to chew their venom into their prey. And unless you're allergic to like bee venom, her bite wouldn't do anything to you. She would have to chew on you for a very long time. She'll probably get tired of chewing before the venom has any real effect on you.
What is it like if you get bit by her?
Well, there's some localized swelling. You'll most likely be bleeding a little bit just because there's sharp teeth going into you.
We don't let people hold these guys, either the ones that we're going to be showing you today, because they're mildly venomous, just for liability reasons. And you guys are probably like, a lot of people who come in and they see that she's not for handling, they're like, oh, the hognose, because hognose are really popular snakes in the pet trade, and they're like, they're derpy, they're not going to hurt you. And I'm like, yeah, but
if she does,
liability. They also have a really bad habit of exploring things with their mouths. So like, even if they're not biting you enough to even get to their rear fangs, because that's where their venom is, even if they're not opening their mouth that wide to bite you, they might give you little nibbles here and there, just exploratory bites.
Yeah.
And some people get freaked out by that because they think that she's biting them.
Yeah. No, she's exploring with her face. Like right now she's digging. If there's something warm and fleshy in front of her, she explores with her mouth.
These guys also, because they live underground, they have like zero climbing instincts. So like a lot of snakes, when you're holding them, they'll hold you back and they'll like climb you and they'll support their own weight. They make sure they won't fall. You have to be careful when you're holding her, because if you're not doing the supporting, she will straight fall because she doesn't understand like that. She doesn't understand gravity because she's never not on the ground.
Yeah. As you can see, she's trying to push her nose into the table, trying to dig. Our building isn't all that warm necessarily, so she's trying to dig probably to get more warmth. Weird word, warmth.
Warmth. What a rude word in the English.
Yeah, if you have a lisp,
to make you...
if you have a lisp and you try to say warmth.
Well, I remember getting mad in like middle school, getting mad at the word warmth because it makes you make a really dumb sound. Warmth.
We're those kind of people. We're strange. To keep large amounts of reptiles, you have to be a little bit different than other people.
They also use a lot of, they're like fatter bodied snakes, so they use a lot of what's called rectilinear locomotion, which is that weird kind of caterpillar looking weirdness that she does with her body, especially in like tight spaces. That's probably why she does it, because they dig holes, and when they're in there in tight spaces, they can only move a little bit at a time. Now, this girl's name is Penelope. Did we say her name?
I don't know.
Her name is Penelope.
You made me jump right into it. I don't
I'm
remember.
sorry.
Her name is Penelope. Named after a movie about a girl who had the features of a pig. It's a great movie. You should watch it. 100% recommend.
Not everybody gets the reference, but those that do are like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you could handle a Western hognose just like this. Very, very easy to handle. The Eastern hognose, on the other hand, are the ones that play dead, and Westerns, not so much. If you work with them, they will do mock charges if they're stressed out. She's not usually stressed out because we're very used to working with her.
So why have you been bit by her if she's so easy to work with?
Why'd you have to put me on blast like that?
Well,
Yes, I have been bitten by her one time. She's not very smart. Like, we were trying to move up a size of her food, so we decided to give her like a baby chick, like a couple-day-old chick. She decided to eat it rear end first, and the legs got like wrapped around the sides of her face, so she couldn't continue to eat it because birds have legs that are hinged, so they weren't going to break or bend to go into her mouth. So she stood. I could say she was there for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, it was a while because we were trying to let her figure it out, but she was not realizing that she couldn't eat it. She was still just going at it and not getting anywhere.
Yeah, she was just biting the same spot. So, in an effort to help her, I took it away with my bare hands. So I took it away, and my hand was close enough to her mouth
while she's actively
in
trying
feeding
to
mode.
Eat.
Yeah.
You take food out of anything's mouth, I think you're
it's
risk.
not smart.
That's what we do for love.
Yeah. Because I'm 1,000% positive she would have either continued trying or given up, and we would have had to waste that chick.
And trust me, coming in and realizing that one of your snakes didn't eat their...
Oh, you know that the smell is there. You definitely know.
And their enclosure smells really bad for a while.
Yeah.
I love her little bandit mask.
Yeah.
I like snakes who have bandit masks. So she lives in a lot of the same... Like, you can find them in New Mexico.
Unlikely, but you could.
And a lot
in the wild.
And a lot of the same places that you can find, like, rattlesnakes. So there's a lot of species of rattlesnakes that have that bandit mask. And even though she has such a silly face, and she doesn't really rattle her tail, like a lot of colubrids will pretend to be rattlesnakes and rattle their tails in the leaf litter, she doesn't really do that, but she's still, because of her pattern, people will see her, think she's a rattlesnake, and try to kill her.
Yep.
Not her.
Not her specifically, but Western hognose snakes. In the wild, these guys eat amphibians and small rodents. In captivity, it's usually mice. When they're about this size, like full-size mice. And before this, all the sizes of small mice. All the way down to like newborn mice.
They do like eating amphibians. They like eating toads. And they have this special little trick where snakes, usually if there's a toxic snake, it's going to be a venomous snake. She's one of the few that could potentially be a poisonous snake, meaning that sometimes if she eats poisonous amphibians, she can sequester some of that poison so that...
She can what?
Sequester. I don't know. It's a word that people use.
I've never heard anyone use that word, so like... Our viewers don't know what that means, so break that down.
I've only heard it in like this specific scenario.
Sequester.
Isn't
that the people who ride horses?
That's equestrians.
Sounds the same.
So they take the poison and are able to utilize it for themselves.
So this is a poisonous snake, or could be.
It could be. She's not, because she doesn't eat any poisonous amphibians. But if she did, she could then become poisonous to any kind of predators that want to eat her.
See how hard she's pushing? She's pushing against her little nose. And she's trying to put all her might in behind it. It's a perfect example of her trying to dig.
Yeah.
What else were you going to tell us about her? Oh, she is pretty much full grown. So if your
yeah,
parents are like, oh, we don't want any big snakes in the house, the females get bigger than the males. She's a female because she's laid 3 clutches of eggs for us. They weren't fertile. She's never been with a male.
She seasonally lays.
Yeah.
Temperatures change and barometric pressure or whatever. She's inside without any windows, but she knows what time of year it is because she'll start laying eggs for us.
Yeah.
And she's even, a lot of people will come in, people who like know hognoses, and they'll come in and they'll be like, she's huge. Because like hognoses are pretty small.
Yep. They're manageable for most people. If you've never been stung by a bee, either get stung by a bee or have an EpiPen if you have a hognose. Just in case.
Just in case. You don't know if you're going to be allergic.
Like, I've never been stung by a bee, but I've been bitten by her. So I'm like, oh, that should be about the same. The same proteins, I should say.
Or if you happen to get bit and you're having symptoms that are not mild symptoms, you should
Oh, yeah. Like, it's not
probably
like
get some epi.
local irritation or anything like that. Go to the hospital if it feels
Yeah.
any more severe than that.
Tell them it's an allergic reaction because that's not what they're supposed to do. Any shortness of breath, facial swelling, anything like that. Like, unless you got bit on the face, you should not be having facial swelling.
Yeah, no. And if you got bit on the face by a hognose,
I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it wrong.
I mean, because like the only part of your face that they could even remotely do is like one of your nostrils or like your ear. Everything else, they can't open their mouth wide enough.
I could see people like putting her through their gauges.
That would fit. That thing that would hurt. Like, she's heavy, she's moving.
Well, yeah, but if you're, I don't think you're going to be a smart person if you're putting her through their gauge.
That's fair. Or they just went through. She went through it because that's happened. Not with her.
Yeah, but she doesn't climb, so I don't think that would just happen.
That's fair. That's fair.
She actually looks pattern and color-wise a lot like the next animal that we're going to bring out. And size-wise, she's thicker.
Thicker than a
Thicker than a Snicker. But color, pattern, length are all very similar.
Like always, if you have any questions, ask us. We're kind of winging this as we go. So if we forget to mention something, let us know. We're not above learning new things or being reminded of things. Alrighty, guys, this is the second animal we have for you today. This one is Shani. She's an Egyptian false cobra. Not to be mistaken for a false water cobra. They get called that a lot.
Yeah, you can literally just finish saying Egyptian false cobra and they're like, oh, cool, I want a false water cobra. And you're like,
That's not what I said. False water cobras are from South America. Egyptian false cobras are from Africa, around Egypt.
Egypt.
Around and in Egypt, I should say.
Yeah, and there are actually cobras in Africa, whereas there aren't actually cobras in South America. So the false water cobras kind of evolved that way just because it's a system that works. Looking big and scary tends to scare things off. So they probably look more like cobras just because that's a design that works, not necessarily that they're mimicking cobras.
Yeah.
She's likely like this because they were mimicking cobras because she lives alongside them.
Yeah, she's one of the good ones, for lack of a better term.
that.
She doesn't really hood up that often, unless she can't see when she's about to shed. But for the most part, she doesn't hood up, but she does have a hood. Hopefully, Linzy can find like video to put in here so you guys can look up in the corner and see. A picture just wouldn't do it justice because they move so fast.
So fast. It's just
So fast.
like all the pictures I have of her are just like a blur.
Yep. She eats pretty small rodents right now. She could probably eat an adult mouse, but I wouldn't even go that high for her right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of adult mice, the Penelope and her, if you've seen Of Mice and Men or read the book, you know what me and Lindsay mean when we say that I've had to Lenny a mouse. If you haven't, it means I basically had to suffocate it to be able to feed it to them.
Yeah, it was our first time having any kind of venomous snake. And granted, she's not crazy venomous. She's a rear fanged. Doctors actually don't know how potent their venom is. There has not been a whole lot of studies on it. They just are pretty sure it's not going to kill you, which is another reason we don't let people hold them, because we're like, we don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But we were like, let's see how she does, like with the live prey. Like we were interested to see how that would transpire, and it did not occur to us how long it would take after the initial bite for the animal to not be with us anymore, for her to actually start eating it, and we didn't want it to hurt her. And we were sitting around waiting for it to become unalive. And we were like, we got to do something about this. And I've never knocked. There's people who knock their live feeders.
So they hit it against something is what knocking means.
Yeah, they hit it against something, essentially knock them out so that they
are unconscious, but their heart's still beating. They're still warm. We're not those people.
I've never done it. I don't know how to do it. I was afraid I would just be like smacking this thing against the wall and
and then not like go unconscious. So you're just beating up this animal.
Beating up a mouse, and I didn't want to do that.
And like, we work with reptiles and amphibians, but we also love all animals. I'm not saying, oh yeah, no, I don't care about this animal. I'm gonna hit it against the wall. Like no,
like we understand that they have to eat
Yeah.
mice. That's not a thing that like bothers us, but we also don't want to be the ones that are.
Yeah, like me, Lindsay will tell you when I had to dispatch them and basically suffocate them, it was more for the safety of my animal, and I was having trouble doing it. Like it mentally, it was hard for me to do. But like Lindsay said, I had to come to terms with like, hey, this animal needs to eat. In the wild, they would eat a live prey.
Yeah, this isn't like somebody's pet mouse. It was bred for this. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't know it was bred for that, but
yeah, but no, that was an odd time.
And we didn't get Penelope until months and months after that, so we had forgotten that was the issue with feeding the rear fang live.
Is they have to chew it in. It takes a while.
And we essentially made the exact same mistake with Penelope. And that one, she wouldn't let it go. She didn't just like strike and then leave it. Like she was hanging on to it. And it was trying to bite her actively. And we were like, we can't let this happen.
Oh, because it bit the middle of her body. Or like towards the end. So essentially its face was turning around trying to bite her. So I didn't have to use my hands with her. Mostly because I don't want to put my hands that close to her face. Remind me, I have a story on that too. I didn't want to put my hands that close to her face. So I used a pair of tongs to dispatch it and kind of just suffocate it. They're like feeder tongs. People would know, like to feed crickets or whatever, to other lizards, to feed small mice, things like that. But yeah, no, with another one of our snakes, I didn't have to dispatch it, but we've had some snakes that aren't very smart. Like they don't know how to eat correctly. It was Ekans Love. Remember when he tried to eat that like larger mouse from the middle and he couldn't finish it and he left it in his hide?
And we found it like days later.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
We're like, what is that smell? Because if you if you own multiple animals and you walk in and smell literally the smell of death, your first thought is like, what happened? Like who died? Yeah, no. And then you just find it all nasty in the enclosure.
Yeah.
I did forget about that.
I didn't. I did until this moment. Yeah, so that one was a frozen thaw. That's what we have gone to for all of our snakes.
Okay.
Is frozen thawed, mostly because it's cheaper, it's easier. You don't have to stare at your animal while they eat it because it's not going to bite them back. But as you could tell, she moves a lot. She is being tolerant of us interacting with her. I do not recommend most people would get one like her because they're not one that you could just handle and play with and things like that. She's fast, she's mildly venomous, and the heat requirements that these guys need. Living in Africa, inside of her enclosure on her hot side, I think, let me see, she's at 101 degrees right now.
Yeah, her hot side gets crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember when we switched everybody into these new enclosures, they're a lot shorter. They're basically like
Yeah.
40-gallon size, but they're a lot shorter. So that distance between the light and the animal gets cut down. And when we first moved everybody into these enclosures, a lot of the animals are hanging out on the cool side all the time, trying to get as far away from the light as possible. And she's just using her whole enclosure. She's like, I love this.
This is amazing. Sunbathing.
Yeah, just hanging out in the middle of it. She's got these cute little eyeballs with these derpy little eyes. And then the way her pattern and her eye scales are over them, they look so angry.
Yeah, she looks like she's mad.
She's an angry little shoelace.
Basically.
And we had her in our apartment. This is one of the first snakes that you actually like ordered, like from online.
Yep, I ordered her online.
And
she wasn't in like a normal pet store.
She was like half this length, maybe even less than half this length.
Yeah.
And pencil thin. And one of the times I was at home and I went to just check on things in the reptile room and she wasn't in her enclosure. And I panicked and I looked around the house for like an hour because I did not want to call you and tell you that your brand new snake is not in there.
Yeah.
And I was terrified that you were gonna murder me.
Would never do that. Not over that.
And so I called you crying and I was like, can't find her. I've looked everywhere. And you came home.
I came home so calm. So calm, guys.
I was surprised at how calm you were because you do not take your animals lightly.
Yeah, no, I came home so calm. Like, if you keep snakes specifically, you'll understand the tricks, putting flour in the doorway to see which way they moved, things like that. We lived in an apartment with carpet. Putting flour there would have done nothing. It would have just been in the carpet.
In the carpet, yeah.
But yeah, no. I told her, I was like,
to.
check all the hot spots. She was not in one of the hot spots. Like, you'd think under
yeah,
your stove, under the fridge, like places where there's a motor where it's going to be warm. Because being from Africa, she needs high heat. No. She was behind a bookshelf in our living room that was like right next to a sliding glass door. So
that
it was actually kind of cold.
Multiple times, mind you. I looked everywhere in that house.
Yep. And then I just walk over there, look behind the bookshelf, and I was like, she's right here.
He walks in. Yeah, I was worried that he was going to like have to be gone late from work for a long time. Like he wouldn't make it back during his lunch break. Yeah. He comes in and immediately finds her. Makes me look like an idiot.
But that's a part of keeping. Like, animals shouldn't get out, but early when keeping reptiles, it happens. And it was an enclosure that like we bought from someone and they like drilled a hole in it for like the light fixture to like go into there. We didn't think that she would climb up and get through that hole.
And it wouldn't have been an issue for like any other snake.
Any other snake.
So
she was so thin.
Yeah, and that's another thing you'll find out pretty soon. Like if your animal is going to escape, it's going to be pretty close to when you either get like a new animal or when you change enclosures.
Yeah, you'll find out what
they all have their weak spots, and some animals are more tenacious than others at trying to get out.
Yep. And some of them will just use brute force. We'll talk about that on a few other videos, that they'll use brute force just to get out.
Oh, we didn't tell that about Domino.
Oh, yeah.
We already did the Domino video, but Domino we had to change which enclosure he was in because he found out that he could get just the tip of his nose in between the two panes of sliding glass.
Yeah, we have sliding glass. They overlap each other.
And he would push so hard that he would break the glass. We would come in there, he would be out, the glass would be broken on the floor. And that happened once, and we were like, that was really weird. We fixed it because you can't just leave it like that, not even for a day. Like, we had to fix it immediately. And it was a really big pain in the butt. And literally the next morning, it was the same thing. Like, once he figured out how to do it, he was doing that.
So he had to get a new enclosure.
Yeah, we had him in that enclosure for 3 days after the initial break. And every single day, we broke so much glass.
Yeah.
I was like, we can't
keep doing this because like glass isn't super expensive. But if you have to buy it every day for 3 days in a row, it adds up very quickly.
Fun.
Oh, and then we were just buying like big panes of glass from Home Depot. Lindsay was over here cutting them because she has glass cutting tools.
I hate cutting glass. It makes me so nervous.
Yeah, no, that was early in our keeping. Like, we were trying to save money. Like,
live better.
Yep.
Walmart.
But we're past that now. He's in an enclosure that either he can't get out of or he hasn't tried hard enough.
That's true.
But yeah, no, like when you get an enclosure, what I tell most people is Put your smallest snake in it. They'll find the weak spots. They'll find your weak spots, and then anything bigger than that, once you fix that weak spot, can't get out. Unless they're using brute force.
Which,
quite a possibility.
yeah, but I don't know if it's all animals, but I feel like as soon as they know how to get out, if you don't fix it, they remember it.
Yeah.
They know they're not going to go through all the troubleshooting again. If they're like, oh, this worked last time, they're 100%
Let me try it again.
going to do it again.
Yep.
So unless you actually change something, you're going to come back and it's going to be the
keep happening.
Same story. I love this baby. I don't hold her very much.
Yeah. She's another one of the ones that like might be a liability. It's very unlikely she'll bite anyone, but we don't want to take that chance, especially because there hasn't been enough studies done on the venom.
And she's small. I don't want people. Like,
oh, yeah.
Especially little kids. I don't want little kids hurting her. She's fast.
Yeah, so if she makes it to the ground, our floor is pretty slick, so she wouldn't be able to grip it very well. But she's going to be trying to get away. We're going to have to try to pick her up. She's already in a fight or flight, so she might turn around and try to bite us. And
start hitting up.
Eventually, I would like to get her to a point where we at least let people like pet her.
People pet her. Yeah, we need to start doing that with our not for handleables.
Yeah.
Be like, you can't hold her, but I can hold her for you. Because we're interactive.
Yeah, we're an interactive reptile zoo. Yeah.
And
because the only thing we really can't control is if our animals are sick or they're shedding. Like those are the ones we have on some of our enclosures say not feeling it today. Is they're either sick or something's going on with them. They're shedding.
Gravid.
Gravid. We have a snake right now who's gravid. We're not trying to breed snakes, but
we've never bred snakes, so
yeah, she lives with her boyfriend.
Shani is also really a different texture for a snake. Like she's really smooth. She's cold and smooth, but she's also like very rigid. So she can make her body very rigid, and it used to scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Especially when she was a baby, because baby snakes are just so fragile. And like you would pick her up and she would maintain the same shape that she was on the ground, and you're like, Are you here?
Oh yeah, when she'd coil herself up, I'd pick up one coil
and she's literally just
like,
she's so rigid.
Like if you know what a cow pie is, it's like basically that. That's how you pick her up, and she was it was.
Yeah, and even now, like she feels like a rubber snake, like a plastic snake.
Yeah, until she starts moving, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are not snakes for people who want to interact with their animals a lot. They are what's called diurnal. They are out during the day. You will see them moving around or even just basking. Sometimes she's just in there coiled up, basking in front of her heat lamp.
She's fun to watch for sure. She moves around more than a lot of our snakes do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of snakes, even if they are diurnal, they'll kind of find a nice little place to hide and chill because they're ambush predators. But she'll actually move around quite a bit. She's still little, but she's close to fully grown for her size, for her species.
Yeah. Yeah, these ones also do not climb trees. You could put like stacks of bricks and they'll climb up them, and it maintains heat really well. So that is something you could do if you decide to go this route. In the wild, they can be communal, but they can also cannibalize each other. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
In the wild, they're also really big reptile eaters, so they eat like little lizards most of the time. So like you can move them on to eating rodents. Sometimes it's harder than other times. We got her really, really small, and I think she'd already been moved over, so we didn't have to worry about that. But they don't necessarily rely on heat of their prey because they will eat
lizards, which are cold-blooded as well.
Distracting.
Yep. Well, as usual, my name's Darius. This is Linzy from Scales and Shells Herpetarium.
Face your fear.
And feed your fascination. All right, see you next time, guys.
That's wild. Y'all really be thinking some wild things. That's wild. We gon' talk about it. That's wild. That's wild.
Excuse me.
Shut up.